Hi everybody, this is Joe with Joe's Premium Firewood, bringing another monthly inventory video. Let's get started. Heading over to my brother's inventory, the self-proclaimed king of firewood. And he just scored some of this maple, and his pile there, he generally donates his firewood to the homeless encampment. They were supposed to make him leave, but at the last minute the city declined, so he's gonna split that. And then he's got some hard maple or sugar maple stacked right there. Sometimes he gives to us, sometimes he sells to his customer. Also wanted to let you know he's got a tree job to do. He said 10 trees and they're near a garage. Should I go make a video of that? Give her a thumbs up if I should. All right, let's keep going on the video. Over here, this is the ash that I got from my cousins. I'll put a link to that video on the end screen if you haven't seen it yet. Nate and I split a Joe cord the other day, oversized truckload, and this is what's left. So I'd say there's about a face cord of it left right here. So that'll fill up the truck nice, and it's real good, nice and dry stuff. The rejected pieces they threw in, we're throwing them over the fence for my mom. As you can see, she's starting to build up her pile. We're going to start having fires soon. Before I get going any more on the video, the inventory video, I got to show you an issue I'm having with this that we discovered the other day. Nate noticed there was some fluid built up on the reservoir there. And I thought it was just because I added some and spilled it. And check out this. Is that hole supposed to be there on that pressure gauge? I don't think it's supposed to be there, because that's where the fluid is coming from. I let the saw surgeon know, and he was saying that he thinks I can handle it, which I think I can too. I guess these are like $100, and I talked to Herb, and he said that he doesn't use them. So I just think what I'm gonna either do is get a plug for this, pull this fitting off, and put a plug on here. But I will tell you, earlier this year or last year, it was leaking out of this seal right here. So I had to take the gauge off and tighten it a little bit more. Like you see, normally it's like sticking out 90 degrees, but I had to tighten it just a little bit more, and then it stopped leaking. When I put this back on, of course I cross-threaded it, and brass metal filings were falling out. So this is pretty much stripped and shot. And I don't know if it ruined the steel threads or not. I'll find out. When I take it off. But I got to get that done because I don't want that leaking out of there. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys would do. Would you spend $100 on a pressure gauge that I never look at? I think I just plug it. I've never used them before. So all right, back to the inventory. Over here we got this bundle grade ash that Nate brought me, dry and ready to go. I can either split it right into the truck and it's dry and I can take it to the customer, or I can split it into bay one with this rest of the dry wood that I have in here, and only dry wood goes in here. If you watched the last video, this was pretty full, but I have been selling a lot of it. Probably about 3 cords out of there so far, at least 2. And then I got this black locust that Darren brought me, and like I say, I can either split this into the truck or trailer and it'll be ready to go, or I can split it up into there and try to refill it. And you can see that's pretty steep, and that's why I have that rake there to pull it down so there's no avalanche. And we got a pile of scrap wood there for us, but we don't want to grab it. Once we get a freeze, that'll all be gone. Over here is what I call bay number 2. I would say in there right now is probably 8 full cords, including these racks right here. And it's all dry, ready to go by now. I fill it up with semi-seasoned wood as soon as it's empty. But after like the first of the year, or maybe by, I'd say March, only dry wood goes into here. So this is all ready to go to be picked up by customers, or we can load it. Right here is where I store my bundles I sell to a store, and they've been buying a lot this year. I just delivered them 30 the other day, and so now I made up 30 more. and I make it out of this stack right here, which is my bundle grade wood. It's pretty low. Jeff's supposed to bring me a truckload of bundle grade blocks next week and stack them in here, but I kind of got to keep this area open. Normally I stack a row of blocks there, or rounds, and there, but I'm just going to have him put it on this side. So Jeff, if you're watching, this is where I want it if I'm not here. And then, because I got to be able to back into here to load up that wood when it's ready to go. Right here, this is some dry cherry blocks that Nate and John brought me the other day, and it is really nice. This stuff I can split right into the truck, and it's dry and ready to go. And I got a customer ordered it. Normally, if it comes in and it's not dry, I split it and stack it right here. All that's dry and ready to go for the restaurant if Darren can't take care of them. And Darren just delivered to them today, and he delivered to them last Wednesday, so they keep ordering more. Now I want to show you this pile right here, scraps from my mom. You see all these pieces with fungus on it? I just loaded some cherry into the rental truck, and but I came across these pieces, and I don't mind if there's a little bit on the ends here, but when the whole thing's covered, it gets rejected, and my mom burns it. And then back here, this is where I do most of my drying in single rows. I just got this split and stacked last weekend. This is all white oak right here, except for a couple pieces of hickory. And it's semi-seasoned. They were pretty heavy. The guys were wanted to put it in bay one, but I just said no. I think it's gonna need about 3 or 6 months to dry. So I'm gonna, and you can see I put pallets down. I don't like pallets, but I didn't feel like going and cutting some saplings. So I'm just using that and going in between the two trees here. And then I'll fill up that area next to, and I'll put pallets in there. But I'm only doing one row. I'm just gonna leave those like that. Back here, Darren dumped a trailer load of black locust, more dry gold here, and this can be split and put right into a truck or trailer and sent to the customer and burned today. Behind it, that's white oak and maple mix, but that was cut green. I guarantee you that stuff right there, this has been split for a couple months. That stuff will be dry way earlier than this stuff, and this is 100% white oak stacked back here. Then over here I have a stack that's ready to go down there. I'm saving this, trying to save it for customer pickup. I just sold that rack. If you watched the last video, all this area was full. And then this is a mix of cherry and oak and walnut. Walnut. Excuse me, I got COVID cough. I'm still recovering from it. And here's a face guard of mostly ash. And then this, I split this on Thanksgiving. I'm gonna wait till winter before I sell it. It was green wood oak that the saw surgeon brought me, and I just think it's gonna take a long time to dry. This stuff's dry. I actually put some of that in the rental truck, which I'm gonna show you here real quick. I know a lot of you are probably dying to see it. And this stuff's really nice. There's like 2 customers I saved this for because it's so perfect, but I know there's enough, like a face cord right there, to take care of my other customer. And then in here is my summer campfire area for next summer, 2022. It's starting to fill up. I got most of the walls built. Yes, it sits on the ground, but it's campfire wood, and what I'll probably do is put some wood from bay one in. Now some of this is really dry, like this sassafras that Nate brought me, that stuff's dry. So, but this maple right here, that is green. But I'm not going to start selling it till probably March or April next year. So, and I usually start from here and I sell back. So I put the driest stuff up there, and then this stuff has the longer time to dry. This, I probably won't empty it just like I did this year, not till like August, once it's full, August 2022. And then over here, this is where I just loaded up the cherry into the rental truck. And this now is probably 4 face cords. Now it's probably like 3.5 that I have here. Like I say, for the restaurants that need it or customers that request it. Okay, the moment you've been waiting for, rental truck. What do you talk about? Rental truck. Well, let me explain what's in it first. Got some cherry here on the back. I have a customer, he smokes wood and he has a fire pit. So this is cherry, this row is hickory, and this is that beautiful red oak that I took off that rack there. And under the toolbox is more oak, and I'm delivering to him. He's about 30 miles away. But this truck right here is Scotty's truck. I don't know if you remember Scotty. He's been in a few videos. Maybe I'll put a link to one of his videos on the end screen. And he messaged me the other day, and he says, hey, I got a spare truck right now that I'm not going to need for a week. And I go, okay, cool. I go, how do you want to work it out? Well, what he told me is that I could rent it from him. Hope he doesn't mind me telling you guys. Is rent it from him per day, $30 per day, and I replace the gas that I use. Now, I did have to drive, he's about 25 miles from me. He lives near Darren, and drop off my mom's car, but he has premium wood at his house that he stores in his field, and he had the truck all filled up with almost a Joe cord. If he stacked 4 rows but left this gap here. If he does that, when I stacked it, it came out to be a Joe cord. So I'm gonna pay him for the wood, and it was really nice, and then I'm gonna give him the money for the rental. Now the only way this is really gonna be feasible, because I'm driving so far, is to have multiple deliveries lined up. So like I say, I delivered his wood. Now I'm going to go deliver my wood, and it's actually going to a house where I got to drive by his road, and then I'm going to drop it off. Tomorrow, Saturday, October 2nd, 2021, and I'm going golfing. And for Sunday, I'm going to do a live stream. I'm going to talk about Nate and our little accident when there's this tire falling off his truck on the live stream. So you're going to want to tune into that on Sunday on my other channel and check it out. But yeah, I'm not sure what year this is, but it's got 4-wheel drive. I don't know if he's selling it or not, but it's in pretty good shape. It drove down here. The only issue I had is the oil pressure gauge wasn't working. Tires are in nice shape. It's got a 3rd door. The interior is very similar to my red truck. I wish the toolbox wasn't in there, but if we stack the wood in here and it's all 16 inches, you can get a Joe cord in here, but not a half cord. And it doesn't seem to be squatting too bad. I didn't inspect the frame. My frame rotted on my old truck, but this is a pretty good deal. I right now, Nate and I have been knocking out deliveries, and Nate and John are doing a dump truck load for me today. It was supposed to be 3 Joe cords, but their dump trailer load is 4 cords, which is a little bit more than a Joe cord. So that's 3 trips I don't have to make in this truck, which is a big help. So, all right, we got more inventory to show you. Let's check out the interior of this truck. So it's really clean. Looks like it's been kept up well. Of course, we're gonna check the mileage like we always used to do on my truck. But starts right up. Like I said, I'm guessing it's probably like a 2005. There you go. I flipped over 275,000 when I was driving down the highway back from his house. So we'll go on a little road trip. Put it in drive, but purrs. Sounds great, runs great, but there's a pile of boiler wood. Yesterday, Herb brought me another dump truck load of can't even think of it. Shagbark hickory blocks, and we filled it up right in here, this area. I would say there's enough here for 5 months worth, and we just delivered to them, and they got enough to probably last them into November. But this is the oldest stuff, and that's what's going to get split next. Got a little bit of boiler wood up here that I keep on the side of the driveway. I'm surprised I didn't sell it all from last year, but I've been adding to this pile here and there, and same with that pile there. I'm gonna pull off to the side here real quick. Like I say, I got to get down there. I told the guy I'd be there at 1 o'clock, and it's like 12:30 right now. So I'll show you my power line storage area. This is where I keep my hickory and cherry and long cut stuff. Right over here, if you watched last week's live stream, I was splitting this hickory and stacking it there, and there was like 10 pieces of basswood in there. So Nate brought me this replacement hickory. I told him I needed a half truckload, so I'm gonna get this split probably on Sunday, and then he's gonna bring me one more quarter truckload. Then that rack will be full. These are the rejected pieces I got here for my mom. I've been putting them there, so you know they're too cut too short or too rotted. And then this is like my main stash of hickory. So I got to sell all this first. Damn near 3 cords there. But like I say, I just loaded some into the truck from right here. So just going to do one row at a time. So my other restaurant that buys this, and I have a few guys that buy it, it's probably going to last close to 2 years. Then over here is my long cut stuff. I did have half a row right there, but we sold some the other day. So I delivered my what's his name? Nate and I delivered that. So that's all black locust, and I'd say it's like a half cord right there. And then I got some more boiler wood down here, wood for my mom. When I'm down here splitting, there's a pile of a little bit of honey locust and some black locust. Black locust matters. Then here's my pile of semi-seasoned blocks. Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit of mushrooms on it. And if they're too long, I got another storage area over there that I throw them. I'll show you here in a second. But there's got to be about 5-6 cords here yet. So I'm trying to get, if people order early, this stuff should dry within 6 months or less. There is some dry pieces in there right now. And then here's my other stack. Here's my other stack of long cut stuff. It's mostly oak. The long cut stuff that I rejected out of there, and this was almost full, and that we took a load of this and put it on back and unloaded it first, so by the time the customer gets to it that we deliver to, after he burns all that locust, it'll be ready. Then this is my other cherry storage area. All this stuff should be ready to go early next year. I don't know how long this is. It's probably close to 25, probably close to 30 foot, you know, close to 4 foot tall. I'm not measuring it out. I use the truck to measure it out, and I try to keep a gap in between it. But some of this stuff's already dry, but I try keeping linwood on the top just so it dries better. So this is good stuff. Darren's right now taking care of my main cherry customer, but I want to have some here just in case he's not able to do it, like when his truck was broke down. And then here's more hickory that I have here. I'll probably put that tarp on the top of it right when it starts to snow, which could be by the end of this month. And also I kept a gap in between that, and I would say it's close to a full cord right there between those. So after I sell all that hickory, and then I sell all this, then this gets sold next, then that. So I kind of have a rotation going on. But these two right here is probably half of that stack. And we'll take one more look at the truck, and also let you know how much I'm getting paid for this. I don't know if I told you, but here's the truck. Like I say, nice shape. And I'm gonna get paid. I told the guy I'd charge him $200 for this, which I get paid extra for the hickory. So he's about 30 miles away. It's gonna take me, at least it's highway miles. I can probably get there in under 45 minutes. So, all right, guys. Oh, and my I got a a driveway stand over there, about 10 bundles. So, all right, guys, let me know what you think of this deal on the truck. If it's worth it to drive all that way and pick it up and only use it for 2 days, you know, or for 1 day. But for $30 and gas, I think that's a fair deal. So thanks everybody who made it to the end. If you check out some of these videos if you hadn't seen it. We'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great weekend.